Good morning, everyone. Good morning, students. We're going to listen to something a very important topic for this unit. We're going to talk about a verbal tense. Which is this verbal tense? We're going to share our our screen in order to see some slides talking about perfect present tense. Okay, is a verbal tense. A verbal tense very important and very useful in order to express an event that started in the past. Okay, and the event has some influence on the present. Some authors said an action that starts in the past and today could be incomplete, unfinished, or an action that could start in the past and can happen again in the present. Okay? What can we express in this tense? For example, an experience. For example, I have been to India. Yo he estado en la India. I have been to India and I can come again to India. It's possible to repeat the action. It's possible to use it with different tenses, specifically the simple past. For example, her English has improved since she joined EF, English Live. Her English has improved. Perfect present. Since she joined EF, she joined in the past. Su inglés ha mejorado desde que ella se unió a EF. As an example. And, for example, an incomplete task. Remember, something that started in the past and could be incomplete, unfinished in the present. For example, he has not finished cleaning the house. No ha terminado de limpiar la casa. He has not finished cleaning the house. Okay? Very important. In order to use the simple present perfect, we have to be you have to be aware to use have or has as an auxiliary plus the verb action or the action verb in past participle. It's going to be very useful to remember this. The auxiliary in this tense could be the have, could be has, okay? Because they can construct the affirmative, negative, and interrogative forms. And in all cases, if you are using have or has as an auxiliary, the verb have to be in past participle. Okay, you have to be aware of this. Because in the negative tense, as you can see, you can use haven't, that is the contracted form have not, and hasn't, that is the contracted form for has not. It's very useful that you can write correctly haven't and hasn't. Okay, plus the verb in past participle. On yes no questions, remember the auxiliary have to be in the first position, have or has in the first position, then the subject could be a personal pronoun, a subject pronoun, or maybe a substantive, a name, a noun, okay, plus the verb in past participle and the complement. If you are using have has in first position, remember to write the question mark at the end of the sentence. And the information questions, remember, you can use a WH word in the first position, plus the auxiliary, in this case have or has, plus the subject, plus the verb in past participle, the complement, and the question mark at the end of. Remember, you have to use have has according to the subject. When I can use have? I can use have with I, you, we, they, have. And has, you have to use has with he, she, it, the third person. Okay? You have to be aware of this. It's very useful to understand that in this tense you have to use two essential words, two clue words. For example, since. Okay, since indicates a specific time. The person that is talking can fix a moment from the past, from the present, that where the action can be done. For example, Jenny has studied reading English since April. Jenny has studied English since April. Since. Jenny ha estudiado inglés desde abril. Okay? If you are now in September, you can be aware April, May, June, July, August, September, 6 months. Okay? Another word that you have to use in this tense is for. For, you have to use it in the moment that we express no specified time action. Okay? And on a specific time. For example, Helen has waited the result of the exams for weeks. Helen has waited the results of the exam for weeks. I don't know how many weeks. Okay? I don't know exactly the quantity, how many weeks you can use for. 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Helen has waited the results of the exam for weeks. 4 weeks. And this is not expresses exactly the quantity of weeks that Helen has waited for. Thanks for your attention. In another class we can express, and now you can do some exercises in order to practice when you can write since, when you can write for example, and how to construct the simple present perfect tense. See you in another opportunity. See ya.